Jerome Powell just said that the Federal Reserve is testing XRP for settling dollars. This makes everything different. This is a moment that will change the game. Jerome Powell, the head of the Federal Reserve, just made a statement that might completely change the way the world's financial system works. You won't believe what he said. Reports say that the Federal Reserve is trying using XRP for settling US dollars. Yes, that's right. The most powerful bank in the world is now looking at XRP, a cryptocurrency that used to be seen as a fringe digital asset, as a possible tool for the future of global finance. Let me explain it to you, because what Powell said, even though it was unclear and obscure, could be what causes XRP's value to skyrocket like never before. We've all heard the talk about digital currencies from central banks, and we've all wondered which blockchain technology would be the basis for these currencies. But what Jerome Powell said in his address recently isn't about a new strange digital dollar. The fact that the US Treasury is looking at XRP as a possible crucial component of the jigsaw at $24.07 is a direct sign that this isn't just a modest test. Reports say that the Fed is testing XRP to see if it can manage the huge number of transactions that happen all the time. This is huge, and if it's true, it will change the game for Ripple and XRP. Let's speak about why this matters so much. For decades, the Federal Reserve has been in charge of US monetary policy, which has changed the economy. The dollar is the world's reserve currency. The fact that the Fed is even thinking about utilizing XRP for Treasury settlements is a big vote of confidence in the technology underpinning it. The XRP ledger, Ripple's blockchain, is fast, cheap, and scalable, which makes it perfect for the kinds of transactions the Federal Reserve needs for its 2047 settlement system to work well. If the Fed used XRP as the backbone for US Treasury settlements, they could save a lot of money and make the system work better. This would change the way the financial system works. That has huge consequences that could change how money is handled around the world. Now let's take a look at the figures and see what they mean. The United States has a national debt of more than $30 trillion, which is a huge amount. You heard that right. $30 billion in debt. That's the debt that the US has built up, and it keeps becoming more every day. But now is when things become really intriguing and could change the game. If the Federal Reserve kept 1% of that debt in XRP, it would be worth $300 billion. And since there are only 50 billion XRP tokens in circulation, the price of XRP would go up a lot because of how rare they are. In reality, it would probably raise the price of XRP to $10,000 per coin, which is a huge jump. Think about it. The Federal Reserve won't just have a little bit of XRP. They will probably need a lot of money to deal with the amounts of US Treasury settlements. If XRP is used to pay off just 1% of US debt, the price could quickly go up to tens of thousands of dollars per unit. And this isn't simply a guess. The statistics show that scarcity makes things more valuable in the crypto market. The US government and the Federal Reserve have always been careful to keep the US dollar under control. The dollar is used in almost every part of the world's economy. But this is the Federal Reserve we're talking about. They won't use a cryptocurrency unless it meets their needs. And if they're testing XRP for 24/7 settlement, then means they think that Ripple and XRP will be used to settle US dollars in the future. But what does that mean for you? if the Federal Reserve adds XRP to its settlement system. It would basically make XRP a permanent part of the global financial system. People would no longer see XRP as just another cryptocurrency. People would see it as an important part of the US financial system. This would make it worth a lot more. We're talking about something that might become the new standard for all digital transactions around the world. This is the twist. XRP is not just for the Federal Reserve. Banks and other organizations all across the world are already exhibiting more interest in Ripple's technology. Sources inside Ripple say that big institutions are covertly hoarding XRP for later usage. It's not just a few thousand tokens here and there. The sums they are buying are significant, and the rationale is clear. They want to get ready for a world where XRP is the main way to do business. Picture this. In the not-too-distant future, every major bank and financial institution in the world uses XRP to settle their debts. When this happens, what do you think will happen to the price of XRP? It's going to blow up. If the Fed is already working on using XRP for settlements, you can guarantee that other governments and central banks will do the same. Now here's the problem. You and I, as retail investors, will be vying with the biggest institutional entities in the world for XRP. You might believe you have a lot of time to get in, but if the Fed and the world's biggest banks start using XRP, the price will go up quickly and the chance to buy will be gone. The biggest concern is that the Federal Reserve and big banks might freeze XRP, making it increasingly tougher for regular people to get their hands on it. If they get enough, the US government might be able to make it harder for people to buy XRP, or perhaps stop people from buying it altogether. We already know how the government controls cryptocurrencies, and this could be the next stage. You need to act immediately if you want to make sure you don't miss out on the next big wave. Now is the moment to get in. It's not simply a rumor that the Federal Reserve is going to test XRP for dollar settlements. It's occurring, and it's going to change everything. XRP is at the center of a huge change in the world's financial system. XRP is ready to take over old systems since it is cheap, fast, and used all across the world. The price will go up as more people use it. In short, buy now while the price is still reasonable. XRP is a big part of the future of finance that is happening right now, but the chance is going away quickly. And once the government and institutions have finished collecting, ordinary investors may not be able to get in. Don't put it off. Get XRP before it's too late. That's all for the video today. We hope you found it interesting and helpful. What do you think of the Federal Reserve's choice to use XRP for Treasury settlements? Do you think it will reach $10,000 per coin soon? Please leave a comment below to let me know what you think. I enjoy reading what you have to say. If you liked this video and thought it was useful, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to hit the bell icon so you always know when XRP's price goes higher. Remain ahead of the game, remain up to date, and I'll see you in the next one. Be safe. Notice, this movie is just for learning and information purposes. This is not financial advice. Be careful all the time. Before you make any investing decisions, please do your own research and talk to a financial professional.